and also can congratulate the member for Epsom and Ewell on getting this debate, though it is surprising that we actually have to have a debate on this issue so long after the problems in the aviation and the aerospace industry were apparent. It was clear from the very first day of this crisis that here was an industry which required to have some attention, specific attention given to it. And whilst we have had a strategy for the hospitality industry, here we are still left with an industry which is so important for reasons of regional connectivity, for the importance to investment in regional economies, businesses in regional economies, trade, because a lot of trade is now carried in passenger planes, and yet we are still struggling with a response to it. And in highlighting the problems of the aviation industry, I think we would be remiss, however, if I were not to mention that some of the responses from the industry itself have been less than satisfactory, and especially the way in which they have treated some of their employees with hire and fire schemes, etc. And I think it would be wrong if we didn't make mention of that, especially the impact it's had on many of those loyal workers. There have been a number of things mentioned here today, and I think that there are three things I want to highlight to the Minister. The first one is the need to get confidence so that people will get back into planes, so that we don't have to keep on giving bailouts to either airlines or to the airports themselves. And we've had a good discussion about the testing regime which is required, what is needed to put that in place, and I hope that the government will look at that as one of the priorities. The second thing that I want to highlight is how we encourage people not only to have the confidence, but to get moving back into the aviation industry. And I know it's not the Minister's remit, but as my colleague for Southampton pointed out, there has been a substantial piece of work done on the impact that a temporary reduction in air passenger duty would have on getting people flying again. And I know that the government's argument has always been it's so costly. But given the fall in numbers at present, there isn't a great deal of revenue coming from air passenger duty anyway. So if we can get people flying again, get the country connected, airlines moving, then I suppose that's a bonus. And the last point I want to make is in relation to duty-free shopping. It's surprising that at a time when airports are in problems, that tax-free and duty-free shopping has been removed. It's a major revenue raiser. And in Northern Ireland, there will be nothing in those airports. And I think that that's an issue which I'd like to see the Minister addressing too. Thanks.